Okay, you're hanging by the water cooler, minding your own business. A coworker comes by and starts bad mouthing the manager. You've been eyeing that position for some time now, so you'll use that information against your superior when the time comes. The manager's an asshole anyway, so who cares? You're enjoying the delicious gossip, you'll have fun spreading it around. Nah, it's not me. Listen closely and report the incident to HR. You'll never support a toxic work environment. I feel like this is a Kanga. Join in, join in with your own share of gossip. You've had it with him. Maybe it's time for a change. Empathize with the person and bring the issue up in the next meeting without naming names. Maybe there's two sides to this story. Just quietly, if I don't get Toreador by the end of this, we're gonna have problems. Okay, as Ash, what would I do? Honestly, I'd probably join in. Because I'm the kind of person where if I'm already hating on the guy and you come in and you like rile me up, I'll fall into it easily. I'll be like, yeah, you know what? He's so rude. Like he comes in, does this, does that. Who does he think he is? Oh yeah. Like as much as I shouldn't, it wouldn't be gossip though. I'd just be like, yeah, I'm sick and tired of it too, man. I just be like expressing how I feel as well. But I guess that's gossip. I don't know. You're riding the subway. With with the corner of your eye, you see a creepy guy upskirting a random woman. They don't seem to. Okay, I should probably mention this is like World of Darkness universe is like 18 plus, so I know the channel's meant to be family friendly. Probably just turn that off for like 5 minutes. You ride the subway with the corner of your eye, you see a guy upskirting a random woman. They don't seem to know each other. Look the other way. Okay, this is dangerous. I gotta pick carefully here. That sounds like they never support toxic stuff. Look the other way. You don't want to get involved. No, that wouldn't be me. Confront the guy on the spot. You won't tolerate such disgusting behavior. I'd like to think this one, but let's continue. Discreetly warn woman off yourself to accompany her home. Who knows what that guy is capable of? Okay, I'm feeling three. Do nothing for now. Wait for the guy to get off the train at the next stop and beat the hell out of him. No, I wouldn't. No, that's violence is not necessarily the answer. Take a picture of the guy and report him to the police. Even if nothing happens, maybe he'll be on the watch list. That's the Kanga option. I reckon discreetly warn the woman and offer yourself to accompany her home. Who knows what the guy is capable of? I reckon this one. That's what I do in real life. I mean, there was a situation, right? There was a situation. This is real life, like no cap. I was on the train, and there was a like you guys know if you've been in Melbourne or Australia, I think the trains are the same, right? So you've got like two seats here. You've got the seat that's next to the window, and then you've got the second seat, which is like when you walk, it's like the hallway. It's like next to not the hallway. It's like next to the walk path thing, like whatever you call that, where you can walk up and down the carriage. And there was this girl, and she was on the window side, and there was like this kind of creepy-ish old man, like very kind of like fat and like pervy, and I was in the carriage was packed, and I was like standing kind of next to him, but like in front because like everyone because there's nowhere to sit yet, and he looks like he's falling asleep, and but he's kind of like in and out of sleep, but he's kind of like grinding on her, like he's like his weight is like kind of being more like over time. It's like he's throwing himself onto her, kind of like he's putting his weight on her basically. And I'm watching, and in my head, in my voice is like, man, you got to say something because I can see her face. I can see the girl's face, and she's like eyeballing me. She's like, please help me. Like I can see like the kind of the fear and like she's so uncomfortable, and I can see it in her eyes, right? And in my mind, I'm like building up the courage. I'm like, Ash, do something, man. She's uncomfortable. Say something. Say something. Say something. And you know what? Like after I couldn't handle, and because I can feel her, right? Like my empathy is just maxing out right now, and I'm like, and the carriage is dead quiet, by the way. Everyone's just kind of like minding their own business. I'm like, excuse me, do you mind just moving a little bit, please? I think you're making this girl uncomfortable. And then he got up and was like, and he was kind of like getting out of his nap or his sleep, and then the girl she like this side just washed over her face, and she was like there was no communication, but I could read her face. She was like, "Oh my god, thank you so much." And then the guy kind of like moved. I think he moved seats actually. He walked up and he moved somewhere else. But as he was walking, he kind of gave me this dirty like, oh man, you totally made me look like a pervert, even though I wasn't like that wasn't my intention, but because he called me out, now I look like a pervert. And he kind of gave me that look, and I'm like, look, man, she looked uncomfortable. I could see it, and then he moved away. Like whether his intention was actually he was being like a weirdo, or if he just fell asleep and it indirectly happened. But in any case, like there was a lady there, and she was like, she looked at me and she's like, "Yeah, man, good on you, mate. Like good stuff. Like good on you. Like good job." Like she approved. Like she approved immediately. Of the situation. She's like, "Good on you," and I was like, I felt so proud of myself. I don't know if randomly or swapping between family friendly and not is wise. Yeah, true actually. It's a good point, Kangs. I don't know exactly how this feels. To be honest, my workplace is full of customers who make me feel like that. Yeah, I mean, it was just like on the train, some guy is kind of like falling asleep on you. Like I think anybody would feel uncomfortable. It's happened to me at uni. I was in my film screen history class for my film subject, and this girl just fell asleep on my arm. But she was cute, and she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and then we ended up becoming friends later on. Um, but it wasn't weird. Like I don't know, I didn't make it weird. She didn't really make it weird. She just fell asleep on my arm. I don't know, like yeah, we laugh about it to this day. Anyways, you're at the movies and somebody from behind keeps kicking your seat. Halfway through the movie, you've had it and decide to do something. Okay. Turn around and tell them in a calm and whispered voice to knock it off. No reason to make a scene out of this. We'll go with that one for now. Get up and yell at them. You've had a hard day at work and you just want to enjoy the damn movie. No, I wouldn't do that. Let it slide for now. Confront them outside the theater. No, I wouldn't do that either. Not worth it. Turn around to confront them and then change your mind. Who knows? Maybe they have a condition. I mean, that depends on depends on the kind of noise they're making. Like if you can obviously tell they're not mentally all there, maybe. This one's a bit situational. Report the incident to an employee once the movie's over. The guy was really annoying. Yeah, I'll do the first one. Just turn around. Look, man, cut it out. Yeah, we don't have, I'm here. I paid for my movie. I wanna enjoy this. Actually, story time again. This happened when I was watching Dark Knight with Dark Knight premiere first day. Dark Knight came out. I'm not sure if you guys remember, but when Dark Knight was like coming out, it was huge. Like the Batman Christopher Nolan series, first of all, immaculate series, right? And when Dark Knight came out, it was like hype city. And we're at the movies, and it's jamming. It's packed. Day one, Dark Knight release day. Yeah, Dark Knight. And there's this like couple, or this like a guy and a girl. They're just giggling and laughing and making all this noise. And like the movie hasn't even started. It's like the trailers, yeah. The giggling and laughing and yelling and making noise. And one guy, I promise you this is real. One guy gets up, he turns around. Can you guys shut the flip up? And and then not only did those guys quiet down, but everyone in like the guys everyone starts clapping. They're like, "Oh, good on you, man! For bloody hell!" Like this Dark Knight premiere. Everyone's G'd up. They want to focus on this movie, but that's the last thing we want to deal with. I feel like the employee in the last one wouldn't be able to do anything about it, basically, yeah. And I can't believe these scenarios are like opening up all these kind of real life, relatable scenarios. Have you guys done anything? Have you guys experienced anything like that at the movies when you're like going to watch a movie and it's like a movie that you've been waiting for? Like you're a huge fan of this series, or like you've been waiting for it. You're like, okay, I've got my popcorn, I've got my drink, I've come in 5 minutes early before the commercials even started. I'm ready. Like my body is ready. And then you've got like that one person just killing your buzz. Whether it's like people talking or on their phone, like they're on their phone maybe, and you're like, are you for reals? And turn that off right now. I'm watching Dark Knight. I can't be the only one. Sadly, I can't go to the movies. Can only watch them at home. Why? A child kicking the back of my seat. What did you do, Ari? What did you do? You're sitting on a park bench. All right, next one. All right, we got to blitz through these, man. You're sitting on a park bench, eyes on the phone screen, when you're approached by a stranger. Turns out a relative of theirs from out of town went through a terrible accident and they need a few dollars to catch a bus. Impressed, you give them the money. Not 10 seconds later, you overhear them pulling the same stunt on a person sitting on the bench next to you. Okay, interesting. Tell them not to fall for the sob story. They've tricked you already. Approach the con artist and kick them in the shins. They're getting a real job like a normal person. This is a kangaroo right here. Admire their boldness. It takes a con artist to really appreciate the work of others. Another, no, I wouldn't do that. Do nothing. It's a dog eat dog world. Maybe they'll learn something from that experience. Report the incident to the park administrator. Who knows how many people he's tricked until now. No, I wouldn't do that one. Do nothing. Maybe they'll learn something. Maybe he needs the money, man. Admire their boldness. Take the con artist. Approach the con artist. Kick them. No, I wouldn't do that either. Tell them not to follow the sub story. I wouldn't do any of these. Probably do nothing then, I guess. It's just as bad when the stoners are sitting behind you or munching it and carrying on fighting, being rowdy. Yeah. Well, I guess that's kind of the crowd we had. But it was just a bunch of guys and girls giggling and I don't know, doing God knows what. They haven't really got the money to go to the movie. Yeah, true. I mean, the tickets are actually pretty cheap. It's the popcorn and the drinks that are really expensive. I mean, it wasn't that a thing. It's like they make most of their revenue from munchies and not the actual tickets. That's why they're so overpriced. The person you've been fancying for a while has agreed to go on a date with you. Ooh. You really, really like this person and you don't want to screw it up. Thing is, you don't know that person very well and the date's tomorrow. So you have to decide quick. Yeah, you book a table at the fanciest restaurant in town. You don't get a second chance at a first impression, right? I'm thinking about this one. Fancying for a while, and I really really like this person. Okay, take them to your favorite bar. Food's good, drinks are cheap, the music is decent, and it's a perfect environment for you to get to know each other. Yeah, nah. Wing it. Everybody loves a spontaneous person. Nope. Invite them over to your place for a glass of wine and home cooked food. Nah. Take them to an art gallery, an indie rock concert, or something along those lines. It's a great opportunity to see something cool and show off your hobbies and interests. Straight up, book a table at the fanciest restaurant in town. I like to be a little bit classy that way. It's the gas. I don't have a movie theater in my town. Oh, do you live like really kind of rural? It's so hard saying that word. Rural? Turn around and said to the parent, I don't need back problems in my early 20s. Savage. What was their response? It's like Savage, but low-key Savage. You were mugged on your way home after a night in the city. Apart from a few scratches, bruises, and hassle of cancelling your credit cards and recovering your documents, you're fine. You decide to do something about this. Do the detective work and try to find the guy yourself. You have a guy that might be able to give you a hand. Honestly, I've even thought about this in real life. Where something's happened, and I'm like, I want to find this guy. I want to find out where he is right now. Maybe I'll run into him somewhere. Take self-defense class. The next one won't escape on two legs. I don't know. I'm not. I'm more a lover than a fighter, I have to say. Book a meeting for psychiatrists. Taking things out is the best way to handle talking things out is the best way to handle the issue. Nah. Look out for the communities. Look out for communities with like-minded people who went through the same experience. Maybe seeing multiple perspectives will help. File a complaint at a local precinct and go on. You know, I'm really stubborn. I would probably do the detective work. It's happened at work sometimes too, where like someone will, like this girl came in and she took something, and like she was shoplifting like straight up, and she's like, I'm gonna take this. She was just incredibly brave. She's like, I'm taking this, and I'm like, I locked the door. I'm like, no, you're not, because we have a door, like that we can control from like the register thing. I'm like, no, you're not. And I'm like, she's like, let me go. I'm like, nah, put it back and I'll let you go. She's like, oh my god, nah, I'm not. I'm taking this with me. I'm like, nah. I'm like, I'll wait here, miss. I'll wait. You put that back and then I'll let you leave. She's like, oh my god, and then she just dropped it and then like just chucked it and then just like I opened the door and she left. But if she ran out with it, I probably would have chased. I'm just saying. Just on principle, even though I'm not like losing or gaining anything. It's $20 AUD to go to the local theater here. That's a regular mall type one, nothing fancy. Yeah, movies also have been a little. It's not really worth it, man. Like I said, if it was Dark Knight Rises or like The Matrix or like a really really good movie where you need the sound system, you want the screen, you want to like lose yourself in the movie, then I can justify going to the cinemas. Like if it's Blade Runner, um, like the new, like I really like the new Blade Runner. I'd go back and watch The Matrix again. Maybe like Ghost in the Shell, um, movies. Like just something really good where the sound is like you need that quality crisp surround sound, you know? Then I can justify it. But otherwise, going to like paying that much to watch whatever they're popping out these days, especially since like streaming exists, it's not really worth. But back in the day, it was more. I have to drive 1 hour away at least just for a movie theater. Like I said, if it's a movie like you're a huge fan of and you want complete immersion, then I can justify it. You're waiting in line in front of a venue. After reaching down in your pockets, you realize you've lost a concert ticket. This is their final tour, so it's probably your last chance to see this band live. Okay, I'm gonna say Deftones. One of my favorite bands comes to my mind right now. Let me just pretend it's that band, so that way I can kind of relate to the scenario a bit more. Try to work out something with the bouncer. Oh, well, you're waiting in line for a band. After reaching down, you realize you've lost it. Okay. Try to work something out with the bouncer. Maybe we'll make an exception for you. I would try reasoning. Discreetly slip $100 bill in the bouncer's pocket. It's less than... Nah, I wouldn't do that. Look for the alternative ways to get into the venue. Maybe you can find somebody who sells overpriced tickets. Nah. Pose as somebody from the guest list. It's a long shot, but maybe it'll work. The band isn't up for another hour. Retrace the steps. Maybe you'll get lucky and find the ticket. I don't know. It depends on how crazy I'm feeling. This one's also a bit situational. Because I probably would try something like this. Just for the experience, you know, just to see if it worked, you know. Eh, yeah, I'll probably retrace my steps. The OCD in me would definitely like. I'd be like, okay, hold on, where was I? Yeah, we'll go with that one. I got to get through these questions. I can relate. My nearest city is an 8 hour drive away. Alright, do you live like in a bush in like there's village people where they build like mud huts and stuff? Is that where you live? A former friend has been propagating some vicious rumors about you, both in real life and online. Some of these rumors may have legal ramifications. Only you know if they're true or not. You decide to do something about this. Ooh, this one's a bit personal, man. You have a stable career in a respectable field, and these rumors may affect your job prospects. See you in court, buddy. I feel like this is such a Kanga response. Is Kanga still here? See you in court, buddy. Appeal to their reason and try to work something out. Maybe you've unknowingly hurt them in the past. Okay, sounds a bit legit. Spread your share of rumors about them. An eye for a night. Nah. Threaten them with spreading your own rumors, unlike theirs. Nah. Who cares? People know I wouldn't do such things. Maybe the second one or the last one. Uh, yeah, we'll go second. We'll go second. I live next to the ocean, but in a strange location. Her house is just a floating houseboat. Yeah, her house is a raft. You know that game? Raft? It's just like a plank of wood on the ocean. You've been going through some rough times, both personally and professionally, and you decide to do something to unwind yourself. Buy a few beers. I don't drink alcohol. Okay, that's it. Buy a few cans of Monster Mango. Order a pizza and spend the weekend watching movies and playing video games. There's no better escape than, well, escapism. Okay, yep. Enter the first bar, order a drink, and approach random strangers. Nah. Resume an old hobby that you've been neglecting for some time now. The guitar's starting to gather. Do something different for once. Anything goes. Anything goes as long as it helps you blow off some steam. That's life. You pick up the pieces and go on. You try to learn something from the experience and do better next time. It's got beers though. Let's just go with this one. Like, can I not? Oh, I can't pick. Oh no, I can't. Oh man, you can't pick another one. Wait, maybe no. Okay. Oh well. I guess we gotta go for the first one. Imagine if you could sue vampires for loss of earnings because you can't do your day job anymore. Yeah, but they can't know you exist, man. That's the whole point of being a vampire. The moment they find out, it's a game over. There's an entire system, actually built in, like within the society, that kind of works towards preventing humans finding out vampires exist, or they're just like fan fiction, or they're just fictional creatures. Unable to fall asleep, you decide to catch a late night movie at the local theater. Which one do you choose? Okay, here we go. Here we go. A psychological body horror movie from the 80s, preferably Japanese. The more out of the ordinary, the better. Okay, a movie about a young gangster working and killing his way up in the ranks of the mafia. You're a huge fan of these kinds of movies, so you feel right at home. I do like gangster films. Oh no, I already clicked it. Ah, I forgot, man. Okay, hopefully that was a good one. A classic Hammer film, productions of Christopher Lee as Dracula. Man, that would have been a good one too. A black and white French art house film with a loose plot and tons of visual symbols. It may be a little heavy for this hour, but you've heard it's good. Worst case scenario, it bores you to sleep. That could be potential as well. An action-packed sword and sandal film. They campy, but those fight scenes are awesome. Damn, man. I could get all three of these. Which movie would you guys pick? Okay, whatever. You're on death row, and the execution date has been set for tomorrow. You get to choose your last meal. Ooh, this one's another good one. Okay, so for you guys in chat, what movie would you watch at the theater out of these, if you can remember? And after you've answered that one, actually, put them both in the same response. You're on death row, and the execution day has been set for tomorrow. You get to choose your last meal. Something you've always wanted to try, but you haven't had the chance or the financial means. Comfort food, pizza, beer, donuts, anything that will make your last day on earth pleasant. Everything, literally everything. I love a lot of every type of food you enjoy. Expensive types of food, even the ones you don't like. I wouldn't mind like a nice, really well cooked steak with like chips or something and vegetables. But like this beef is like a wagyu levels. Not comfort food. Yeah, we'll do something you've always wanted to try, but you haven't had the chance or financial means. I do like some tacky, over-the-top martial arts movies from time to time. I can watch anything, man. I can watch anything, to be honest. But obviously, specific types of movies that I enjoy more. I'm a fan of the Mafia and French one. Yeah, like I love The Sopranos. Great TV show. You're in a queue that's taking forever. The clerks don't seem to care much about this. You've got stuff to do, so you decide to. You try to somehow get in front of the queue. Failing that, you go home. Invent a sob story about a relative who's very sick and need your constant care and attention. Hold on, you're in a queue that's taking forever. The clerks don't seem to queue. Yell at the clerk. Why don't they bring in more people at the reception? Yep, that's kind of me. Try to understand the situation. It seems like the clerks are doing their best to handle the situation. You're lucky enough to spot an old acquaintance sitting at the front of the queue. Time to apply that classic cut and chat. Approach them and subtly insert yourself in the queue next to them. Nah, this one's a bit weaselly. Nah, I'd get pissed. I'd get pissed. I'm like, come on, man. Hire more staff. Stop trying to min-max profits. Okay, cool. Last question. Last question. I'm the one that sympathizes with the clerk because I'm a manager. No, but like it's the same with me. Like I'll be at work here and it's jamming and I'm the only one there and it's like a line, there's a queue. I'm like, and people yell at me and they're like, you know what? Like, I literally say this to the customer, like, you know what? I 100% understand your pain. I understand that you have to wait so long because there's only one person serving you. Do me a favor, call head office, tell them they need to have like more labor hours so we can have another person here and actually do everything properly and be able to, um, serve customers because it's ridiculous, man. They're making all them profits and I'm the one getting yelled at. Bloody highest, like get someone else in here. It's just unfair. Because they stingy out on hours. They do. They're like, oh, how can we min max this one employee and have him do everything? And then when it gets busy, it's like, oh, well, I can't tend to everything, so people have to wait, or they don't get a good service. You text constantly as much as the next person. You've got a very particular style of texting. Oh, I don't really text. Four sentences, correct grammar, ending each sentence with a dot gives you a text with sort of gravitas, straight to the point, as quick as possible with no regard for grammar, and punctuation. Emojis, tens of emojis, long text. Have you ever heard about the send button? I think long texts or full sentences. I don't know, man. What about? Let's just go with this one. Ventru.